Hello everyone, welcome to Amrita IAS Monthly Current Affairs series, and we are starting with the first session on the governance. So starting with the first one, that is ASEEM portal. ASEEM, the full form is Atmanirbhar Skilled Employee Employer Mapping. Now from the name itself, because this becomes important, because from the name you cannot see what this is all about, right? So Atmanirbhar is skilled. If you know the full form, that's fine. Skilled employer mapping. So that is the idea to bridge the gap between the demand and the supply, employer and the employee. So it is under Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship to help the skilled people find the sustainable livelihood opportunities, right? So this is a platform based upon the artificial intelligence, which will do the mapping details, what are the regions where the demands are there, connecting with the people who need the job. Okay, so it will be developed and managed by the NCDC, that is National Skill Development Corporation, in collaboration with the Bangalore based company known as Better Place. Okay, so coordination with the private sector agencies as well. So this is your ASEEM portal, Skill India, NCDC, ASEEM, right? This becomes important now, so keep that in mind. Next is a mobile app, that is Mausam app. So Mausam is an Hindi word for weather. Okay, so this app will communicate the weather information in not a without technical jargon. So it is been prepared by the Ministry of Earth Science and IMD, right? So along with the IMD, it has been designed and developed by the International Crop Research Institute for Semi-Arid Tropics. We have discussed that. It is situated in which city? Hyderabad. Okay, Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, IITM Pune, and IMD, that is Indian Meteorological Department. IMD is also the designated authority for the naming of the tropical cyclones. We have seen that, I think, in the May month ecology sessions. So this is your Mausam app uploaded on the Play Store. So it tells the weather the same way that's been told actually by the Google. If you go on the Google, this is being the same patterns, isn't it? But that's been launched by the government. Next is Kurma app. So Kurma app is basically launched on 23rd May, World Turtle Day. So conservation agencies such as Citizen Science Initiative, this Indian Turtle Conservation Action Mobile, in collaboration with Turtle Survivor Alliance, Wildlife Conservation Society in India. So all these have come up with to launch this app. Not very important app, I'll say, for the exams. For example, this ASEEM portal, and to some extent this Mausam app is more important. To provide users a database to, basically Kurma app is for the conservation, right? So identify the species, identify where is the location of the nearest rescue center where the XC2 conservation can take place like this. Okay, so mobile app Kurma helps save the turtles in India. So this is your Kurma app, right? So by the Turtle Survival Alliance. We have discussed mini turtles in our ecology sessions, right? So we will try to have some idea in ecology sessions. I'll try to give some overall idea or the revision of all the turtles, whatever the initiatives or the species we have read about turtles. We'll try to give a brief idea about it as well. Okay. Next is Aspire portal. Now Aspire we have read is one scheme as well, right? But this time it is a portal. So this portal is for the, if you see the full name, Automotive Solutions Portal for Industry Research and Education Portal. So it is for the automotive industry, that is automation industry, not automation, sorry, your vehicle industry, I should say. So International Center for Automotive Technology is developing this as a technological platform, right? So the idea is to bring about this new technologies into this sector, automotive sector. Okay, so making a strong and self-reliant automotive industry in India. Before this lockdown, you remember, this automotive industry what was in news because of the slowdown in the uptake of the automobiles that is being purchased year by year. And then the comment of the finance minister also became controversial. So it is in tune with the vision of Make in India, right? Atmanirbhar vision of the government. They will host these grand challenges or these hackathons or these challenges basically to come up with solutions especially in this regard the automotive sector. Okay, so that is Aspire portal. So facilitate Indian auto industry, R&D institution, academia to come together for R&D, technological development, quality, warranty issue resolution, the expert opinion issue involving the technology advancement. One-stop solution to all of this e-portal. Okay, so ASEEM portal and Aspire portal, keep that in mind. Next is Elementus. So Vice President also also given a speech on this launching of this app. So this is a social media app made in India, right? Idea is that they will in one way this challenge the Facebook and later on Twitter as well. Okay, so it's been hailed as India's first indigenously developed social media super app. So this name is Elements, ELYMENTS. Next is BIS, Care App and eBiz. Okay, so basically the idea is it is under the Ministry of Consumer Affairs. Okay, Bureau of Indian Standards. So Bureau of Indian Standards, we have read it is basically done the qualitative work, the standardization, the surveillance of the fake products, right? So this is the work of the BIS. So this app has been developed on the Android platform in Hindi and English language. So the idea is to give the consumers to check the authenticity, whether this ISI marked which is placed on the particular commodity, it is authentic or not. That's a very easy case. And from the app itself, they can also lodge the grievances lodge complaint against if there are any fake ISI marks they come up with. Similarly, eBiz is EBIS. It is different from eBiz portal. That is different. So EBIS portal, it basically covers all. Just one second. It covers all the functions in listing all the functions of the BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards. Okay. So it's basically market surveillance, development of mobile-based AI application. So basically all the works of the BIS can be seen on this particular portal. The one-stop solution or one-stop way you can see all the activities of the BIS. Okay, so this is BIS Care app. This is on all app governance, right? Next is Kisan Rath app. So during the corona pandemic, a lot of problems have been found to tackle the problem of logistics, also of the farmers. For example, farmers are in this place, the consumers are in this place. So a lot of problems have been found to transport their farm produce from farm gate to mandis or to other mandis, right? And that is why the prices crashed here and there. Consumers have to pay a lot of prices. You must have experienced it yourself. If you're nearby this area, the prices of things have gone down, and if you are here these area, the prices have gone up. So to do this, basically what the government has come up, Kisan Rath app, launched by Department of Agriculture and Cooperation and Farmer Welfare, developed by National Informatics Center, that is NIC, facilitating farmers and traders to identify suitable transport method for transporting of the farm produce during this coronavirus lockdown period. In fact, that's a good app if that can be used present in a good language and along with the agriculture extension services to the farmers, it can really help farmers to put their farm produce to the mandis, not only in the lockdown period or in these times, but also on a sustainable level. It will provide also the employment to the people who are in between in the supply chain, isn't it? So it can be a good way to engage farmers in this way. And ultimately, on the backdrop of it, the problems of the agriculture extension on the farmer literacy can also be enhanced, isn't it? So this is Kisan Rath. One just example I wanted to share with all of you. For example, this because of having mobile, someone shared with me, because of having mobile, people get to know about this digit, those who are illiterate, though we are very well read, right? But imagine those people who are not even knowing the numbers, but because of this mobile, they have got to know about the number, they got to know how to save this number. So because of this mobile thing, it has given them a push to learn, or they are learning that unconsciously. So on the backdrop, not only literacy can lead to understanding these apps, but also the push factor of these apps can also help increase in the literacy. So this is another way of looking at it. Next is National Indicator Framework. So National Indicator Framework is basically associated with your SDG implementation in India. Okay. We have read about voluntary national review, right, in our indexes and report. So Niti Aayog has submitted voluntary national review for Status of the SDG implementation in India. Similarly, this particular framework is also very good. In the main exam also, if you need some data, you can also go you download this PDF, very good PDF, a small PDF, and a lot of data you can gather on the poverty, on the hunger, all the SDGs, which cover almost all the arena of the governance. You can find very good data related to many things on this PDF, really good PDF. Okay, so on the backdrop of the SDG, this authorities involved will be high level steering committee chaired by Center Statistician of India and Secretary MOSPI, Secretary of Data Source Ministry and Niti Aayog member, Secretary of other related ministry. That is not important. If the question will come, question will be very easy. What is in National Indicator Framework? In which regard this framework has been created? So the options will be Sendai framework or SDG or climate change, something like that. But it is with regard to the SDG. So you can download this PDF to read about it more. Okay, right. Next is a National Resource Center Network, KRC Net. So KRC Net is basically an initiative by the Ministry of Earth Science to basically upgrade all of the information, all the files they have onto a newly modified version or newly provided library sort of thing, right? So a 1.24/7 access to all the knowledge products like books, reports, journals which are associated with them, right? It's a part of the Digital India Initiative. You can see Digital India Initiative, Ministry of Earth Science, and that MOES Knowledge Resource Center. Okay, so aim to develop a system for accessing MOES knowledge products and developed in MOES in this centralized portal. It will contain books, report, journal, presentation, photograph, video, and everything. So the idea is to provide one-stop shop solution to all these things. So that's the end of the session. Let us see the questions. So if you want to see the question part only, you can come to this section of the discussion, and let us start. So the first question is, which of the following is the purpose of the ECO network? ECO network. So first, to create an ecologically sensitive areas in India. Second, to create interdisciplinary scientific leaders through cross-sector collaboration. Third, aim to provide a link between job givers and job seeker. Fourth, to create a gene pool of indigenous flora and fauna. Let us wait for 5 seconds and then we will see the answer. Okay, so ECO network we have read. ECO network basically is a launched by the principal scientific advisor to the government of India, right? So it's a national program to provide a template for cross-disciplinary leadership. So you can see ecological science guided principle, solution driven science, interdisciplinary scientific leader, coming up people from all across the areas, cross-disciplinary leadership in India with a special focus on research, knowledge, awareness, Indian ecology. Okay, so this is the ECO network. So science, basically you can see science and ecology. So what should be the answer? What should be the answer? Answer should be ecologically sensitive area. No, it is not that. To create an interdisciplinary scientific leaders through cross-section collaboration. So B option is the right option. Okay. Next question is, which of the following best describes One Day Sooner program recently in news? So One Day Sooner program which is recently in news, what is this? An initiative by the ICMR to increase the production of the hydroxychloroquine as an emergency response to COVID-19. An initiative by the scientists to sign up volunteers for human trial on the COVID-19 vaccine development. An initiative by the DRDO to ramp up the production of the ventilators. An initiative by the WHO to develop vaccine for COVID-19 with stipulated time frame for 6 months. So let us see. Okay, let us see the answer. So One Day Sooner is basically making progress for the human trials. So making sure that people apply for the human trials, because as soon as the people voluntarily come up for the human trial, that will make it easy to develop the vaccine for the COVID-19, right? So human trial, because it exposes the challenge to the people, but still which is required for the people to voluntarily come up with the human trials. So what will be the answer? It's an initiative by the scientists to sign up volunteers for the human trials for the COVID-19 vaccine development. So that is the option number B. Okay, right. The next question is, which of the following offices comes under the jurisdiction of a Lokpal? which of the following offices comes under the jurisdiction of the Lokpal? Prime Minister of India, private sector companies registered with SEBI, former members of the Parliament and Legislative Assembly, institutions receiving the foreign donation of any amount. Okay? So options are in front of you. Please see and then try to answer. Right. So basically, you must have read when the Lokpal controversy was coming in, the idea was that Prime Minister should be involved on it. One way we have read about the Lokpal, I think the March month or the February month polity, I have discussed Lokpal in detail. So the Prime Minister of India is included in Lokpal. Now, if we talk about the second point and the fourth point, for example, the fourth point, institution receiving the foreign donation of any amount. So let's reduce it to the extreme. For example, someone getting 1 rupee will also be investigated. Answer is, or will be in the jurisdiction of Lokpal. Answer is no. Otherwise, the Lokpal will be very, very imagine how many cases will be there in Lokpal, right? If it includes any amount. So in these question, try to find out these like loopholes. Any amount, reduce it to the extreme or extend it to the extreme. 1 rupee someone is getting, he will be under jurisdiction of Lokpal. Answer is no. They will not be that much stupid to produce a loophole in an act in such a way, right? So option 4 gone, then this option gone, this option gone, this option wrong. Answer 1 and 3 becomes right. So jurisdiction of Lokpal extends to the Prime Minister, the Minister, and the current and the former member of the Parliament and Minister of the Legislative Assembly. So remember, MPs and MLAs, not only the current but also the former ones. Okay, this is important, need to keep in mind. Then government employees and employees of the company funded and controlled by the center and the state government. Okay, then institution receiving the foreign donation in the excess of 10 lakh rupees per year or any such higher limit as specified. So more than 10 lakh, at least this much limit should be there. It's a relatively more commonsensical answers as well. So answer is B. Okay, just by knowing one fact, by common sense, you are able to solve this question, right? Just keep that in mind. Next is, consider the following statement with reference to the ICMR. Okay, so ICMR, consider the following statements. First, the governing, because ICMR is in the news a lot, right? Because of the COVID-19. So first is, the governing body of the council is presided over by the Union Health Minister and assisted by a scientific advisory board. It recommends for the recognition and derecognition of the medical qualification of the medical institutions of India. Options are in front of you. So let us see the answer. If you see the second option, it recommends and recognition and derecognition of the medical qualification of the medical institution in India. I hope you have read about the IMC, National Medical Commission. It is still a bill form, but we have discussed in fact National Medical Commission. So before Medical Commission, or still what is the body which is governing this? This is MCI, Medical Council of India. So the second option belongs to the Medical Council of India, not ICMR. So what is ICMR? ICMR is funded and administered by the Department of the Health Research under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. The governing body of the council is presided by the Union Health Minister. It is assisted in scientific and technical matters by Scientific Advisory Board. Then they have the expert group, task force, and a lot of beneath bureaucracy and the experts. So it's an apex organization, ICMR, for formulation, coordination, and promotion of the biomedical research. Okay, but it is the Medical Council of India which recommends the recognition and derecognition of medical qualification of the medical institutions in India. Remember why it is important? Because National Medical Commission bill was in too much news last year, right? Because of that. So this is answer number 1 only. Second option is wrong. The last question, that is Sahakar 2022. Consider the following statement regarding the Sahakar 2022. It aims to double the farmer income by 2022 through cooperatives. Next option is National Cooperative Development Corporation has launched it. So what will be the right answer? Many of the question, in fact, if you see in the indexes, and I have covered holistically, that is why nothing was left out. A few of indexes are left out. I'll also cover it somewhere in between. But here I just wanted to, in fact, I have tried to exclude the questions which I have covered. I try to include majority of the questions which I have not covered or that I didn't feel important but must be included somewhere. And that's why I have included it through the form of the questions, right? So what's the answer? So what is Sahakar 2022? Basically, Sahakar 22 is launched by the National Cooperative Development Corporation. It's a mission statement, or you can say mission for New India to achieve rural and farm prosperity through cooperatives. They have again have to redefine their goal in the time of the corona, but still. So Sahakar 2022 and NCDC, that is National Cooperative Development Corporation's mission for the New India. So what the different programs they have? Focus 222, PACS Hub, right? So ECNET, CMIT, Center of Excellence for Market through Cooperation. They should have coordinated with PMO to come up with more catchy phrases. Then Sahakar Pragya. Okay. So these are the different initiatives. These are not important initiative. We just have to focus on what is Sahakar 2022. So it's basically a mission of the NCDC to achieve the rural and farm prosperity through cooperatives. Okay. So that is the idea behind it. So both the options are right. So that's the end of the questions as well. Let us quickly revise what we have read. So starting with the ASEEM portal. So Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, mapping employer and employee together, right? With the help of the Bangalore based company, that is Better Place. Then we have the mobile app, that is Mosam, launched by IMD and many of the other institutions, IITM, Pune. Then we have Kurma app. Kurma is basically Word Turtle app, Word Turtle Day, Word Turtle Conservation Action Network in collaboration with Turtle Survivor Alliance and Wildlife Conservation Society. They have come up with this. Then Aspire portal. Aspire portal is basically that is research and development in the automotive industry and making strong and self-reliant automotive industry in India. Then we have Elements, that is an Indian social media app. Then we have BIS Care app and eBiz, that is Bureau of Indian Standards, Ministry of Consumer Affairs. Then we have Kisan Rath app. From the name itself, Kisan Rath app. Rath means a chariot. So it is for the providing the convenience or transport facility to the farmers through an app-based service to from their farm gates to the mandis, for logistic support. Then we have National Indicator Framework for SDGs. Then we have the KRC net, that is the Knowledge Resource Center net for Ministry of Earth Science. Then we have discussed 5 questions. First was the Eco Network, which is an interdisciplinary scientific leaders through cross-sector collaboration. Then One Day Sooner initiative by the scientists who sign up volunteers for human trials. Then the jurisdiction of the Lokpal we have discussed. Then we have discussed the ICMR, that is Indian Council of Medical Research option, that it does not recommend the regulation, the deregulation that is being done by the MCI. And finally the Sahakar 2022 by the NCDC and Sahakar 2022 through cooperatives. We want to achieve the rural and farm prosperity. So with this we finish our session on governance July 1, right? So next session will be July 2 and governance part 2 and part 3. So see you in the next class everyone. Bye bye for now. Keep revising. Very less time is left out. Revise whatever you have done, and through current affair videos you can see one video daily, and that's all you can do, right? So just to refresh yourself as well and finish up your static revision and all other things. Please don't forget the CSAT. CSAT is very important. If you don't complete your CSAT, the whole point of GS seems not very worthwhile, right? So please also do 2 to 3 papers before you, if you are very confident, at least do 1 paper weekly for 2 weeks. If you are getting more than 90 or 100, then that's fine, okay? But keep CSAT in your mind. With this we finish our session. See you in the next class. Bye bye.